Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey everyone, good morning. This is Heather Hope with The Inspired Entrepreneur. Okay, let's jump right into it. Today is Friday again. It's always Friday. Does it feel like always Friday for you? It's like always Friday and always Saturday for me. I look back at the week and I'm like, how did a week pass again? So happy Friday. Today is December 4th, 2020. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Heather Hope, and I'm a law of attraction teacher, writer, speaker, and I've written a book called The Inspired Entrepreneur, and it's on Amazon. The link is down below. And oh, by the way, the link that I've been posting has been all wrong. I found out a couple days ago, and so I've corrected it everywhere that I could find it. And so I thought maybe that could be the reason why the sales have been where they were. So anyway, the book is there. It's 400 pages of law of attraction for the entrepreneur. It's 366 days of exactly that, law of attraction for the entrepreneur, based primarily on Abraham Hicks, some Bashar, and a bunch from Saniya Roman. Actually, if you don't know who Saniya Roman is, you need to also, when you go and buy my book on Amazon, go and look up Saniya Roman. I have 6 of her books on my bookshelf now. Some of the inspiration from this book, a lot of it, came from her book, Creating Money. I call it the Bible of money. The Bible on money. I really do. I think it's the best book I've ever read about infinite intelligence and about money. I actually should take it out and start reading it again because it's just more in depth than what Abraham really teaches us. So, and you can learn from a lot of these teachers, all of them, all the ones that channel, those are the only people I basically listen to. So you learn a lot because it comes from their vocabulary. So each person is different. Like Bashar, Daryl Anka is different than Esther Hicks, and they're both different than Saniya Roman, and they're all different from me, and we all channel, So anyway, go check out all their books because they're all amazing. My book is linked down below. It is the correct link. I appreciate you guys. So let's jump into today's is a quote from Abraham Hicks. So those are pretty cool. Okay, so let's jump into December 4th, Abraham Hicks quote. When you believe something is hard, the universe will demonstrate the difficulty. When you believe something to be easy, the universe demonstrates the ease. Oh, that's so good. There's another quote in this book. I think I may have already covered it, or it's like in August or something, because I remember August was the last month I finished the book. It's a quote from Bashar of, there's nothing inherently difficult in this world. That is so powerful. There's nothing inherently difficult. We make things difficult. We, the humans of this world, make things difficult based on our belief systems. So the work, please do the work. I feel preachy today. Please do the work. Do the work. Do the work. My stomach just growled. I just had this big breakfast. It's so good. Do the work of believing in something else. So let go of the belief systems. Like when something pops in your head, this happens with my clients a lot. Something pops in their head as a belief system, and then they tell me that, well, my belief system says, I don't care what your belief system says. I honestly don't care. Because Abraham and myself have been preaching for a while now, a long time, that when you have a thought, these things are habits. These are habits of thought. When you have a thought that you don't like, that goes against what you really want, you have to move to a different thought. You physically, in your head, you have to move to another thought. You find a thought, you're like, oh, I don't like this thought. The last thing you want to do is tell people that you just had that thought and think about it and say, oh, I don't know, things aren't going to come true because I have this belief. No, you have to stop saying that. You have to just, you observe it. You're like, okay, that popped up. You don't have to have that conversation. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just demonstrating, like, you have a thought, a belief, right? A thought. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. How do you keep thinking about it? Because you keep putting focus on it when it pops up. That's how it keeps happening. That's how our lives keep being the same day after day, year after year, decade after decade. That's how things don't change, because we keep focusing on what pops up in our mind. When we change the things that we observe, that we change the things that we read, we change the things that we listen to, we change the people in our lives. We physically have to do that work. That's the work. You have to change the focus that you have going on in your life. If you keep focusing on the same things, you keep getting the same things. Whew, Jesus. Apparently I'm passionate about this because that's how you change. If you change what you see, what you hear, what you listen to, right? What you see, what you talk about, the people that you associate with, when you change them, it helps you change what you believe. So it's helpful. Now, if you don't change the way that you think, if you're like, well, if you keep going back to that habit of thinking a certain way, even if you're looking at something different, if you keep putting focus on that and keep putting energy towards it, things won't change. Those things will come right back. So every time you have a negative thought or a thought that goes against what you want, you have to immediately change your focus to what you want. So if a negative thought pops up of like, yeah, I don't know if I can do this career. I don't know, there's too many people in it, or there's blah, 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 blah. You have to expose yourself to people. So, okay, I've shared a little bit of what my thing is right now. I'm working towards working in a field that I absolutely love. I've been in it in the past. I've always obsessed over it. It's real estate. So I'm doing two different things. Really, one's in the mortgage industry and one's in real estate. So, but what I do is I take time nearly every day watching YouTube videos of new people. Say a real estate agent. There's an area of the Phoenix metro area that I have always been obsessed with. You guys already know this, but my obsession with this town, because it's gorgeous and it's where all the wealthiest people in Arizona live, and it's just amazing. It's amazing properties, amazing mountains. It's a small town in the middle of Phoenix metro, and it's just gorgeous. And half my family has lived there for 70 years. And so there's like something about it for me. So to continue with the belief system that I'm going to go over there and I'm going to start selling real estate because I love it, I need to be around people who have the same belief system, right? Because if I don't, how am I going to believe this? If I don't inherently believe that I'm a massive success, right? If I haven't trained my brain yet to think in that way of like, I am the best, you know what I mean? That kind of mindset, because most of us didn't grow up that way or didn't start believing that way. So what do I have to do? I have to find people. I find people on YouTube all the time, brand new agents or agents who've been in the field for 1 or 2 years who make, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in a year in their second year, stuff like that. Because it's like, if they can do it, and I look at like whether they're young or old or not very bright, or you know what I mean? Like even better. I love it because I'm like, well, if they can do this, Jesus, I can do this. You know what I mean? Like that sort of mentality of if someone can do it, if anybody can do it, why not me? Like I've already demonstrated to myself. I had to convince myself that I'm smart enough to do just about anything. And then once I got, because I demonstrate it to myself over and over and over. And once I got it into alignment very consistently and happy and connected, I realized that I am connected to source. I am source, right? I'm connected to the broader part of me and broader part of the universe. And when I relax and I have this knowing that I will have the answers, I have the answers. The answers come to me. So I have that confidence of whatever I need to know will either come to me in that moment or will come to me very quickly after that. You know what I mean? Because I'm connected. The answers come to me. I am connected to where all the answers are, and all of you are too. It's just your level of resistance, right? Reduce the level of your resistance, and then you tap into the infinite intelligence, and then you have the answers. So, okay, so I did that. You know what I mean? I've proven to myself over and over and over and over and over and over with achievement after achievement after achievement, after passing exam after exam after exam, after, being licensed in numerous fields, in doing numerous different jobs. You know what I mean? Like I've had to prove to myself. That's who I have to prove to first, because there's nobody else. Once I know my ability, it will come off that way, right? Confidence. But I have to convince myself that. And you may need to as well. So, anyway, when you believe something is hard, the universe will demonstrate the difficulty. So, you got to watch what you're thinking about. You got to watch of like, this is going to be really hard. You got to watch that. That happens all the time, right? People say that all the time. I catch myself saying that. I catch myself saying that a lot. Not a lot. I don't want to say that. But you know what I mean? I have to catch what I say. When you believe something is hard, the universe will demonstrate the difficulty because you create your reality, right? You create it. So if you say something is hard, it's going to be hard because you're the one who dictates how things unfold in your life. Whether you know it or not, you do it. So why not start believing, start saying at the very, first thing, say it. Start saying everything's easy. Things are easy. I'm connected to source, so it makes it easy. The answers come to me because I'm connected. It's easy. Everything becomes easy. I listen to Abraham. Abraham says, everything's easy. It really is easy. So when you believe something to be easy, the universe demonstrates the ease. This is super important. So everything that you've ever thought was difficult, start believing that it's not difficult. It's not as bad as I thought it was, or it's not as difficult as I thought it might be. Or anything that is easy, say, well, geez, that was easy. Some of the things that come up, it's like, oh my God, that was so easy, right? Focus on that. But this is a big deal. You got to stop believing things are difficult. And listen to what Bashar says. Nothing in this universe is inherently difficult. Nothing. So with the power of the universe, with the power of source, everything is easy. The source. So last night, my husband and I were sitting on the couch, and all of a sudden, this little slice of moon starts appearing. Perfect view. So we're in our living room. It's kind of dark. We have lights on, but it's kind of dark. And this moon starts appearing straight in front of us. It's kind of like a harvest moon, but it wasn't. And so I'm like, oh, look, the moon. That's so cool. And so he turns off all the lights. I turn off the TV, and we're just watching this thing, this big glowing moon appear in front of us. And we're just sitting there in amazement. Like, it's just perfect view, perfect proximity. It was just so cool. I recorded a video of it, and the moon was pulsating. I've never seen anything like it in the video. I have the video. It's crazy. I've never seen that happen before. It was pulsating. It like gets big, like it's going to explode, and then it like contracts. That's not. it's like our eyes when they dilate, our pupils dilate and then they get smaller. It was like a pulsating. It was so bizarre. So anyway, and I sat there and I thought, Abraham says that, because everything's a learning moment in my house. Um, Abraham says that we don't give, we don't put a lot of credit or a lot of thought into the sun rising every day, and that our solar system and the planets not colliding with each other all the time, and how everything is so perfectly aligned and working out, that if the universe can do that, like, we get excited over the smallest, tiniest little things, right? And they're like, that's all child's play. The universe is spinning in its orbit. Everything's spinning in the orbit in perfect alignment every day. And if the universe can do that, then the universe can do anything. That sounds kind of hard, doesn't it? So anyway, so I was appreciating the moon last night and how everything just works in perfect alignment, and how everything that we want is child's play, basically, compared to what the universe does every day. Okay, guys, I'm going to let you go. Have an amazing rest of your Friday, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.